I could tell you a whimsical tale that's probably very inaccurate. The Sensible Sociopath.
2, 3, 1, go.
Roma, the podcast is here!
It really never gets old.
Sorry about those jokes I said earlier about babies with both sets of genitals.
What does that even mean?
You know, I'm willing to risk my life for this podcast, Roma.
Ugh, that sounds insane.
I'm also willing to risk your life for this podcast.
Periods are not just for women.
And you'll get to red pill yourself if you choose to.
Come on if you're thirsty.
Take off their underwear and relax with their uncle.
It was kind of traumatizing.
White people are bad and do bad things.
How fast can I eat your ass?
I mean, you know, you look at me and you go, this is an international man.
My whole life is a sham.
And you can't get the white Oreos, that's racist.
I think I counted like 25 racially charged jokes.
White privilege allows me to turn off someone's headlights.
I was just being agreeable.
Roma, when was the last time you were agreeable?
It's been days.
Also, if you try to poop really hard, sometimes you'll come.
You would think that we'd have our shit together.
It's the enema for your face.
Yeah, I was gonna say cleanings for women.
I'm not a lady, Roma.
Oh, this is so gay.
Let's try to be inclusive, Roma.
What does that even mean?
I know these things, Roma. I know many things. Why, hello, everyone. And really, Roma. Roma. What is going on?
I don't know. I can't really hear either of you.
I can hear you, Dan.
Yeah.
I can hear Dan.
Yeah, it's my fault. For sure. Has to be.
Is my fader up?
Yep.
All the way? Did you twist the white knob a little?
I am now, but it's
Testing, testing. I have no idea what happened. Testing?
Testing. Okay, now I'm on.
What did you do? Do it to me. Testing? Testing?
Nope.
Testing? What?
Well, I don't. It says it's picking you up.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the
Woo! It
Sensible
wasn't my
Sociopath
fault.
podcast. Yes, this is episode 172. Just disregard any of the prior. Belay my last. That's what in the Navy they say.
Is that what they say?
Yeah, belay my last. Yep. Might be a pirate thing. I don't know.
Belay my last.
Last.
Yeah.
My last,
Yes,
yeah.
Delay my
exactly.
last.
Roma, this is the boys with a Z. You are listening to the Sensible Sociopath podcast. This is episode 172, and we are live on a Friday night, and you are listening. Whoop, whoop.
172.
Wow. So if you are here, please chat with us, join into the conversation, because it is a living, breathing, organic thing that you cannot stop. It won't stop. It'll keep going. It'll get what it wants.
It's a juggernaut.
Yeah. Let's go with that one. Because there are worse things you could
This is
not
true.
stop.
We really could.
Never, don't, not stop. That's what I say. So if you are with us on YouTube, please subscribe, thumbs up, like, and share to your friends. I'm Stephen Paul Gosler.
Gosler.
Yeah, Stephen Paul Gosler.
All right.
Yeah, you know, I'm Stephen Zach from, or Zach from, what was that show, Roma?
Saved by the Bell?
Yes, Saved by the Bell. Thank
Oh,
you.
okay.
Yeah, Mark Paul Gosler.
All right.
He was also on, I think it was one of the Law and Orders.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll go with it.
Yeah. I don't think it was the rapey one. Might have been.
I thought they were all rapey ones.
Well,
Most
I mean,
of them are.
ideally.
Rapey or murdery.
Yeah.
They don't really put the I'm going to rob you ones on there.
Yeah, I don't rule anything out. Dan. That's our intro for Superfan Dan.
Hi,
Super-
guys.
Super fun Dan.
Hey.
Yes. And then back from her hiatus last week, Roma, our producer, Roma America Rifkin.
Hi, guys.
Roma.
Welcome. Just one of the boys with a Z.
Hey, I just want to shout out to Brandon and Nick.
Oh, yeah.
Sup, guys?
Oh, Nick Morris. That was the name of Stephen Paul Gosler.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah.
all right.
Awesome.
What's
my
going on?
alter ego. Yeah. He was the coolest guy in school. Him and Kelly.
Oh, yeah.
Kelly Jabowski.
Yeah, we'll just go with it.
Yeah. Okay. So today is a very special day for us. I think it's a day that we're going to start to spread our wings, as it were, where we're developing. Today is like a planning, developing day. And one of the things I wanted to talk about, what's that?
I said, uh-huh.
Okay. And then look skeptically.
No, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
She's like, reading. Yeah.
No, there's a shadow, and I'm like, what is that
Oh,
shadow?
gotcha. All right, Roma. Well, let's be less dramatic about shadows, okay?
Sorry.
They're people too.
Shadow people are people.
I know.
Yeah, Tesla proved that.
Did
Which
they?
one?
The car?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, in the
because they can see
cemeteries.
people.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sees people that aren't there,
Mm-hmm.
but they are.
It's true. They're shadow people. So I was thinking we need to do some planning for some future events, and some of these events are pretty exciting for people. So I thought we would share that with the audience. Now we've been doing the Fox Spies thing, right? We
Yeah.
started out with it. We haven't really thrown ourselves into it, but I think it's about time that we start training
Okay.
for a challenge,
Mhm.
let's say. And so, and me and Roma have talked a little bit about this. We've got some assets on our sides. We've got intelligence. We've got youth. We've got spirit.
Spunk.
Yes, spunk.
Moxie? Is there Moxie?
So much moxie.
Okay. Good.
They're my shoes are wet with it. That's how much we have.
I'm just glad they're not wet with spunk.
True story.
Roma, people in the UK don't appreciate that sort of humor.
I
Because
didn't know
spunk
that.
means
They
jizz.
they thrive on that kind of humor,
Yeah.
actually.
It's raining there. They always have wet shoes, Roma, with spunk. So, one of the things that we need to do is come up with a set of challenges and tests. And so, there's going to be a few things that we can do, like physically. And so, I think physically, one of the things we're going to have to do is unlatch a lock, is
Okay.
to pick a lock.
Okay.
All right.
All
That
right.
actually sounds pretty fun.
I-
I've never successfully done that.
Okay, very good. So I'm thinking we could maybe do the, just get some dollar store padlocks, because locks have, some of them are quite hard to do, because like industrial locks have like 7 different pins on them. That's why the teeth has so many keys.
Mhm. The
Um,
keys have so many teeth.
Yep. Yep, that's the one.
He was testing you. He was testing you.
Yeah,
you knew
Roba.
what was going on.
Yeah, she wasn't so worried about shadows. Maybe she'd pick up on a few other things. No. But I think that would be a great test. I've just got the one little lockpick set, but I think it would be good if we all use the same one.
Okay.
right.
Or we all bought the same ones. I don't know. I don't think we should
Like-
invest in more lockpick sets if we don't need to. I don't know.
I mean, if we're going to be professional spies.
That's true, though, too.
A
Everybody-
lockpick set would be good to have in your repertoire.
That is something that's true.
They can't be
Um,
that much.
No, I don't think so.
Like $10 on Amazon or something. I feel like they're $10.
Probably. I'm sure you could get a cheap set for it's really just, I think the one that I have, it's more expensive because it's in the,
The case.
like a pocket, like a Swiss Army knife almost,
Oh.
like a folding one. So I think that's why I think it costs like $30 or something.
Oh, all right. Investing.
Well.
Dan, Todd says you're looking sexy. Justin wants to know, is that a camo tie? And Todd also says, lock sport is a hobby of mine.
Ooh, lock
Well,
sport.
Hello to the Lambo and
Limbo.
and hello to Totimus Prime.
Totimus Prime.
That's
yeah.
right. I
All
call him Totimus Prime.
All right, that's a good one. I like that. Okay, so
And the tie is not camo. It's actually Looney Tunes.
Oh, Todd says that they are $40+ for a quality set.
okay.
Okay. Good to know.
I mean, that's probably going to be a very good set.
I'm
though,
still
I'd
banking
imagine.
on $10.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably just like put together your own out of like sheet metal trimmings and whatnot.
No,
Oh,
you
yeah.
all you need is a bobby pin.
That's true. I have seen movies.
Yeah, I've
Isn't
seen
that
movies.
an expensive bobby pin?
For $40, yeah.
Well, I was
Margot
thinking even
says,
for
"Sup,
10.
boys." Actually, she didn't say that. She said, "Hi, all."
Come on, Margot, be cool. No, I think that would be really funny though if you paid $40 and then you just got a box of bobby pins. You're like, I mean,
Yes, I did need to do my hair.
yeah, It's true. And and bobby pins would be good though because you can wear those,
Oh yeah.
Well, that's the
Like-
whole point. You wear them and then you
Mhm.
get arrested and you cheek it and then you spit it out into your hands and you undo your cuffs.
It's true. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if do they take bobby pins when you get arrested?
Oh
Do
yeah.
they take everything?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They'll search your hair.
Really?
I've been arrested a lot.
Yeah. Well, Roma,
I also keep a lot of things in my hair.
yeah, I keep things inside me. Like my feelings, Dan. Jeez.
Such a
Racist.
pervert.
Yeah. Yeah, I always lose the cap to my pen. Get it, Dan? It's in my butt. That's why.
Nick
All right.
says they are great for cleaning your ears too. Sounds scary, but works well.
Yeah. I'm unlocking hygiene.
Okay, wait. Todd says wiper blades make a great blank to cut picks from.
Yeah.
Also makes great tension bars.
Yeah, they're the
Okay.
little strips that are in wiper blades. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep. You see them like it when your wipers get fucked. Like if you were
Oh,
the
yeah, like the
worst car
blade-
maintenance person in the,
The
whole
blade
world,
is just disappearing as it's trying to wipe the
Yeah.
water away.
or like the blade is actually like over
Hanging-
here.
Yeah.
But you're still grinding metal against glass. That's always nice when you have a nice cut mark, like you're
so it's
a
you're
burglar,
practicing. You're
cat burglar.
practicing the cat burglar thing.
exactly
Just with your windshield wipers, because you're a
Exactly.
terrible, terrible person who owns a car.
Yep, exactly. I don't have time for car maintenance. Okay, I'm spying.
That's Bosley's job.
Yeah. So Roma, here's the other thing is we have dog collars
Mm-hmm.
and those electrocute us.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. Well, they electrocute you and me.
Yeah, not Roma as much.
No.
But I'm thinking that there can be several tests that we can do using that. Because first
Like a
of
lie
all,
detector test. Like you guys tell the truth or a lie, and I decide arbitrarily whether or not I believe you.
kind of, yeah. That
Sounds like the truth, but I don't buy it.
I don't buy it.
Yeah. But that's what you're dealing with. That's what you're dealing with when you're a spy. So I'm thinking that we'll have to come up with our backstories and our characters.
Okay.
And then we have to, if we lose our accent or if we lose something, that's when the punishments come in.
I don't like it.
And so I think it'll be a really good thing. So we get to play a game, but as our
Spy selves.
backstory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our cover.
I'm on board with it.
Let's see. So those were two kind of big ones that I had going. Does anybody have any thoughts on how we could make these better, make up the stakes, up the rewards?
I'll have to think about that for a minute.
Okay, you do that in silence
I was gonna.
during the podcast.
I
Dan.
was gonna.
You piece of garbage,
Yeah.
garbage man, Dan.
It's true. It's true.
That's what you are when you're like this, Dad.
I know.
So let's try to be better. Be better, Dan. Okay. I'm also thinking that on top of the, we'll have to do probably geography because we're going to need to know where we
Oh.
just deploy in the world. We're probably going to need to know cultures, right?
Yeah. Gonna also have to read schematics.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we could do a quick disguise contest.
Okay.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
All right.
Quick disguise. We're writing these down, everyone, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm taking
Sorry.
notes.
It's scribbled.
I literally am not. So somebody should really write these down. I don't know.
Scott G, all lowercase, says, "I'm here. This won't end well.
Oh, thank
Will
God.
it not end well because he's here, or will our plans not end well?"
Mm-hmm. Scott could have bad luck.
I'm gonna go with I don't know, but I'm glad that Scotty's here.
Okay. I don't think anyone's writing things down, so I'll just start doing that then.
Scotty, you're on it.
I mean, to be fair, we're recording. We can rewatch it. We're 19 minutes in.
I have to get 19 minutes in to remember that I said whatever
I got
last
it.
I mean, you
said.
could
I got it. Don't
fast
worry about
forward.
it. I got it.
Okay. I think it
I'll
was-
rewatch
Dan
it
is
anyway.
a super
Future-
fan. He's
I
got
will,
this.
I will rewatch it like I
Okay.
did and do.
Okay, so Dan, don't forget, even though we recorded it, don't forget disguises.
Disguises,
Yep.
lock picking, geography,
Mm-hmm.
even schematics.
Yep. That's true too. We're gonna need to know how to read building blueprints.
Oh my god.
We do.
This would be a riveting podcast.
Yeah. No, you gotta like the AC vents.
Oh yeah, you got to know the AC vents. You got to know your
Gotta grease yourself up so you can get through them.
your what were the ingress and
Egress and
egress.
ingress.
You gotta know your points
Extraction.
of entries and exits.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's true.
You gotta know where that weird guard tower is who falls asleep on the job after he masturbates. You gotta know where he's at.
Yeah, totally. You gotta be watching him
Yeah.
like a hawk. Just watching people masturbate. Just practicing. Sorry. Sorry, ma'am.
Don't mind me.
Yeah, so I think these are some of the things that we need to do coming up. So we're gonna have to like have a little clinic on different things. So Dan, how about I will take locksmithing or lock breaking.
Okay.
You take I want you to do the backstory and all that because you're really good at voices and things
Okay.
like that, and maybe disguises if you want
All
to
right.
throw that in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so I think what we should do is we should have this part of the segment where we teach people, and then the next thing is we're going to have to challenge each other to it,
Okay.
basically. And I think we could do that all in one episode, maybe.
Well,
I mean, not all
It's
the
a
teaching
series.
and all of that, but all of the test in one episode,
Okay,
like a
yeah.
big challenge.
you just parcel out an episode to each thing or parts of an episode to
Yeah.
a thing.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll figure it out though.
Yeah.
But that's good. So yeah, so I'll get all the stuff together for the locksmithing part.
I'll start creating backstories and ideas
Yeah. That'd
For-
be good. Teach
for
us a little
disguises.
Yeah, teach us how to be spies. Okay. Another thing I kind of wanted to talk about was we talked about food a lot last
Oh, yes.
episode, and I think it was really good because like people were really involved and you know
Everybody loves food.
That's something else that I think we should include is being able to detect when something doesn't taste right and possible poisonous.
Oh,
That's a good one.
that's really good.
That's critical.
Interesting. Okay, so whoever gets
Dan,
poisoned
write
loses.
this down.
Writing it down. Yep. Whoever gets poisoned loses.
Right? That's what I don't know what the contest would
Yeah,
be.
we could do like a blind taste test, and I can mix like
Yeah,
rat
so
poison
if you
or
go
arsenic,
blind-
rat poison or arsenic or something, and
Yeah.
and some of it, and like,
Tastes like
but not
almonds.
so much that it'll kill you like from one taste, but you have to
Yeah.
figure it out within that one taste. 'Cause if you continue to eat it, you're going to be
Mhm.
blind or dead.
And get high beforehand, so you have the munchies.
Yeah, all
Right.
right.
So you have to be like
I was
controlled enough to
really-
stop.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that I think that's gonna have to be. Yeah, no, we'll get it squared away.
Well, and Roma said a blind taste test, and then I was like, oh, so if you go blind,
Yeah,
see, that's what a blind taste test is. Now I
Mhm.
knew that.
That's where that came from, I think. It's Latin.
Exactly. Ray Charles invented it. Ray Charles can see it. No, that's a really good idea. Because I mean, well, and how to deliver poison to people.
oh
And-
yeah,
Well, and when we first started talking about it, we started talking about the CIA and the magic program, Mulholland or whatever his name was.
Yeah.
So we're gonna need.
The hell is that?
magic tricks.
Is that Trump on there? Is that really Trump?
No,
I don't think so.
It looks like it from here.
It could be. It's not, but it could.
Okay,
be.
no, it's not.
Mhm.
What in the world is this? I feel like he has. It almost looks like a Ouija board. It looks like Trump playing with a Ouija board from where I'm at.
You don't know magic. Hey, you.
You know nothing about magic.
You're the worst magician I've ever seen. You're fired.
You fired. It's gonna be huge.
You know.
That looks pretty good.
humor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So part of that was sleight of hand, and that's how you would poison people. So
Aha.
I'm like, yeah, that'd be good. So we could try to poison each other or steal things from each other. You know,
It'll be good.
really bring the camaraderie together.
Yeah.
Well, there was this whole thing in a movie called
Gone in 60 Seconds. Nicolas Cage.
Yes, that was a good one.
Leaving
Leaving
For
Las Vegas.
stealing cars.
Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage as well.
Mhm.
Yes. I was thinking more Woody Harrelson from Now You See Me. They had this
Oh.
whole card trick where they had to
Never
like
seen it.
pass a card like across a room. To
Oh,
where
with their
no-
butt cheeks.
Yeah, that was you know.
What?
It was a frat thing.
It was a frat thing.
Yeah, marshmallows and card tricks.
Oh, I was thinking of the double-ended dildo and Requiem for a Dream.
Yeah, butt to butt.
Yeah,
yeah.
ass to ass.
Yeah, Jennifer Connelly.
That
She
show,
was ahead of the game on the eyebrow game.
It's true.
was she? I
Mhm.
didn't watch that until like pretty recently, and I was like, oh boy, this is not. I didn't know what to expect. I did not watch it in the '90s when I should have.
Yeah.
That is a different side of Jared Leto, Jennifer Connelly, and
One of the Waynes.
yeah,
Marlon?
I think Marlon Wayne. Yeah,
Yeah. Martin.
yeah.
Martin Wayne.
Martin Lawrence Wayne.
Martin Lawrence Wayne.
Yeehaw!
Now, Roma, have you recently seen SLC Punk as well?
It's been a minute for
Okay.
sure,
Only
just didn't-
posers die.
Yeah.
and maybe it might have been 10 years. Honestly,
All right. Well, no, that's completely appropriate.
I watched it when it was appropriate time to watch
Perfect.
it. I just never watched, and I've never watched Train Spotting.
I
Roma's a
haven't
big
either.
Roma's a big Devin Sawa fan.
I never was.
Roma, he was wearing mittens, remember?
Yes.
Yeah.
He was an orange.
At the end. Roma
Mhm.
just ruined it for everyone.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, it brought it through the sprinklers. Good stuff. Now, where were we going with this?
I have no fucking
we
clue.
were talking about the
Magic.
different types of challenges that we should get
Mhm.
for honing our spy skills.
Excellent. It's a good start. Now, we've been talking about food, however, and this is one that I'm kind of, I just brought up to Roma, and I'm like, I'm trying to figure it out. So, I want to figure out how to incorporate food into here and having some sort of like challenges relating to that as well. So, things like making pasta, something that's typically
Okay.
going to be difficult.
I don't think he's still talking about spy stuff, by the way.
No.
Okay. I
No.
just wanted to, because I think people,
Yeah.
this is kind of a rapid transition, and I just
Yeah.
want to make sure you weren't still in
People
the
have
spy
to-
game.
Yeah.
No, you
exactly.
could incorporate the poison into the dough for the pasta.
But then you might ruin the dough.
Yeah.
Oh,
And we don't know.
Which is the point, is that you'd be making fresh handmade pasta, and then Dan, I could make him have him make me a nice like lobster risotto, and then at the end of the night I just eat lobster risotto.
All right.
So I'm thinking that there's something in here to pursue,
You want a cooking show.
kind of, but my kitchen stinks, and so like I wanna,
Literally, it smells.
I mean, visually yes,
Baking soda.
it visually smells. No, it's just an old house and just doesn't have the kitchen I'd like it to have.
What's
so.
what is it? What's that show? Cake or Not or whatever. There's a show where like
Cake Boss?
I don't know. It's like they make cakes that look like real items. You have to decide
Oh.
whether or not it's a cake or a real item.
Yeah.
I don't think we have that skill set,
It's
but
like-
I didn't know that was an actual show.
it's either a show. It's some kind of like challenge. Maybe it's an internet thing. I don't know, but
But I do know that it's a thing where people like
Yeah.
make a picture perfect
Hyper-realistic. Yeah.
toaster and stuff, and
Yeah.
then all of a sudden somebody
like-
puts a knife through it, and
Yes.
you're like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the show's called Is This a Cake or Are You Just an Asshole?
I brought you a cake. Psych.
Yeah, exactly. It's a toaster. Okay, I like toasters. Oh, no, you can't have it.
There's
okay,
no
you're just
bread.
an asshole.
There's no bread to put in this toaster.
Yeah, exactly. Put a slice of cake in there. You don't have cake. It's just a toaster.
Oh, that's the worst.
No, but I think that's that's gonna be where I kind of want to go next.
Okay.
And also we did want to shout out Count Drahoon for having us on his Twitch stream.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
couple
Count
weeks ago.
Drahoon.
Was that recorded and saved? Can you go back and watch that?
I think the Twitch ones are. I don't know about like how to go back and watch it though. I bet you somebody in the chat would know. Because yeah, we did a live stream with Count Drahoon. You've seen him. Last time he was on was right at the beginning of the year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think it was. I think it was
January,
one of our
maybe.
first episodes
January
back.
6th or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, so he does basically a Mystery Science Theater 3000 sort of show.
We watch bad movies and make jokes.
Yeah, it was really good.
It was a really bad movie.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Real bad.
I actually ran into somebody who had seen it.
Are you kidding? How?
I have no idea.
What was it
But-
called? Piranhas and something?
No, it
Aliens
was
and-
Bigfoot
Bigfoot
versus-
versus the Illuminati.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
So
yes, yes.
bad.
It was horrid.
Yeah. And Bigfoot's voice was super racist.
So racist. He's like,
Come on, guys! Like,
Ooh,
what are
hey.
you talking about up in here,
Yeah.
dummy?
Zebra zabba zoo. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You trying to tell me that I need to go to space?
But the thing about that movie was it was so, you
There
know,
was-
it
It's
knew it was
disjointed.
bad.
There was so much going on.
But it also knew it was bad. So it kind of leaned into it. It's like, okay, we know this is going to be bad. Let's just go with it.
I just feel like it could be bad, but still like have a coherent plot line.
Yeah.
It was
yeah.
just so bad.
Mhm.
Like,
There was just
But like, you know, they kept like the aliens kept talking about fucking or something, like the lizard people or whatever.
it was
know.
Aleister Crowley.
Oh,
He's talking
yeah,
about getting his dick sucked,
Yeah,
and
his
Yeah.
I haven't
suit.
had my dick sucked in 3,000 years.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And there was like Egyptian mummies and stuff.
yeah. There
and-
was
knows?
Anubis, the god Anubis,
Yeah, of course.
surrounded by lava in his temple for some reason.
Exactly.
It was bad,
I mean, it keeps your food warm. That's nice.
and there was no fighting. They were supposed to like fight things, but there
Yeah.
was no fighting.
Bigfoot didn't do anything.
Literally nothing.
No.
He was versing the Illuminati, and nothing happened.
There was literally no versing.
No.
No, he
Right.
jumped ship a couple of times too.
I mean, he made some like quirky like dad jokes.
Mm-hmm.
He's
Yeah.
like, "Come on, man!" Like it just was.
Yeah. Yeah. It was not a good movie.
No,
But,
but I enjoyed it immensely.
yeah,
It was terrible, terrible,
And-
terrible.
I think that there's I think that there's something about older bad movies though, where they actually have like they allow silence into the movie, which is very, very good for that type of humor
Right.
because you got to plug things in between.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that movie was a little too modern because
Mhm.
they kind of have that
Oh man, there's so much going
that
on.
need to fill the space. You know,
Mhm.
you have to fill everything with, you know, some sort of sound. And I think it's a lot better if you can just add something onto someone's line very elegantly. There's a sniper aspect to that, you know.
Yeah.
And I respect it very much because as someone is saying that line, you're following along, and then they cut off, and then you keep going with your joke because
Mhm.
your brain is already on that track.
Yep.
It takes balls and timing, and it's very
Brass.
yeah. It takes a lot of yeah.
That's where the
Finish
moxie
one.
comes in.
A lot of moxie.
Made me the man I am today. Super fan. No longer garbage fan.
Oh, that's good.
It's
Yeah.
garbage fan.
Garbage man, garbage fan.
All right. Well,
That's up to you, Dan.
at least I'm not that anymore.
Yeah.
We're back to super.
Yeah. So so with the food thing, I would like to just be able to teach or challenge or somebody to something. And the other thing that I want to do, and Roma kind of came up with kind of a parallel idea. Roma, do you want to tell them about your product testing idea?
Oh yeah, no. I think that we need to do a blind taste test of basic items. So like ketchup, mayo, mustard, and between like the leading brands,
Mhm.
like say like so for instance ketchup, there's like Heinz and there's Hunt's and then there's store brand.
Mhm.
And I think we should do a blind taste test, try these out and see like is there a difference?
Mhm.
Is one superior to the others? Like do we have a preference?
Yeah.
Because I'm
Absolutely.
curious because growing up our father you would always say that whatever was cheapest is what the best was.
Yeah,
You
there's
know?
it was graded. Everything was graded on a curve. So, if the quality and the price were inversely proportional. So if the price went down, the quality went up, and if the
Okay.
price went up, the quality went down.
All right.
Whether it was generic
wasn't-
or
And it wasn't like a conscious thing, I don't think. It was just like this constant dialogue of like, oh, this is just as good if not better.
yeah.
Oh,
If it's
I grew up hearing that too.
yeah, absolutely. And I think that is a good way to be in life.
But
you
is
know?
it true? And
Exactly.
that's the thing. Like I think that I have my preferences, but I'd like to know if I really do, if it's what I think it is.
Yeah.
I think that there's definitely difference. There's definitely a difference.
So like there's like for instance like there's Hellman's and then there's Best and then there's store brand. So Hellman's and Best is supposed to be the same thing. I think it's a regional thing.
That's
I
what I've heard.
still swear to God that Hellman's is better.
Okay.
I
Well,
feel like
for-
Hellman's is better than Best for mayo.
Yeah.
Oh,
Best Foods.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think I think that it's just like Carl's Jr. and Hardee's.
Right.
You know, Hardee's and Carl's Jr. are the same
Literally the
thing.
same
Yeah,
thing.
they're
They're just
Green Star Foods.
rebranded.
It's yellow, Dan.
That's true.
The
Right
star
back
is
to
yellow.
garbage. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So Dan, do you believe that there's a quality difference between, you know, because a lot of people will say, oh, they come out of the same factory. They just put it in
No.
different bottles.
So
or
some of
whatever.
them
don't.
actually literally do.
Mhm.
That's a known fact. So for instance, like I feel like French's yellow mustard versus store bought is exactly the same. I
Okay.
don't feel like you're going to get a difference, but I feel like Heinz ketchup is going to blow Hunt's and store brand out of the water.
Yeah.
That's my personal
Sure.
thought process, but I want to be proved wrong. That would be great.
Yeah. I definitely know that I could absolutely tell the difference. Is that a visual thing though? Is that something that is put in my mind because I see Hunt's on the label rather than Heinz?
Hunt's and Heinz taste different.
Absolutely. I would say
they
that.
do.
Yeah.
They do.
But is it because we're looking at the bottle?
Right.
Or is it, you know, because those people say, oh, they come from the same factory. The trucks just drive two different directions, you know, or whatever. I don't tend to believe that. But there is a lot to be said about like name brands, you know, like there is a lot of, I just don't think that food is particularly one of those. Like, I feel like a lot of the products that we buy have all the same internals, you know, toasters. A lot of them are all built the same, you know, all the higher end toasters have the same types of elements and types of things in them. So if you can find one that has stuff that looks the same inside, it's probably just as good as the expensive one you bought.
Yeah.
You know, not saying that a $12 toaster is the same as a $100 toaster because they're different. They're different internals.
Well, it's interesting because if you look at cooking or you look at formulating, so say for instance, like formulating like cosmetics or cooking food, you
Mhm.
know, if you want to get a certain product, you have to put these basic fundamental ingredients into it.
Yes.
But then there are so many other things that you can change. And even those basic fundamental ingredients you can change. So, I mean, like you're going to need a fat, you're going to need an emulsifier, you're going to need a, you know, maybe a liquid, you know, like a water, something like that.
Mhm.
And these are what's going to create that. But how many emulsifiers are there? How many fats are there? How many, you know, spices or flavors or whatever? So
Yeah.
even though ketchup is going to be ketchup because it's made this particular way, it's got vinegar, it's got sugar, it's got tomatoes.
Mhm.
There's so many other things you can add to that.
Well, and I feel like there's a, you know, when we were talking about cooking last week, one of the things that, you know, I hope was a theme to most people is, did we convey to them the importance of good ingredients? You know, so starting out with those good ingredients because you cannot make a good dish from bad ingredients.
Right.
You know?
No, you really can't. Bad ingredients just equals a bad dish. It really does.
Yeah.
I mean, you can make it palatable with enough salt, MSG, you know, spiciness, whatever, but you're not going to get that gourmet quality.
Yeah.
You know, but it was like I had Stouffer's macaroni and cheese the other night, and I'm like, it's the best macaroni and cheese for as highly processed as it is. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, but if you're gonna like make something from scratch and make like a casserole and put it in your oven, assuming you know what you're doing, that's not, you know, Stouffer's not going to beat that.
Yeah.
No,
But it's better than
not.
boxed macaroni and cheese. On some level, it depends on the boxed macaroni and cheese and how you make it. But
Yeah.
you know, it's like,
If you're making a bechamel sauce,
Yeah.
you know,
That's very
to,
true.
to start your mac and cheese,
Right.
you're doing pretty good.
Yes.
You know?
I think something that we emphasized a little, but not enough, was that we emphasized more on your utilities, like using your utensils and taking good care of what you're using to actually, you know, prepare the food and what you're preparing it in and that sort of thing. I think we emphasized on that kind of quality and taking care of all of that so
Mhm.
much as not really as much for the higher quality of ingredients and
Mhm.
like fresh things versus, you know, not so fresh things. I mean, we did touch on it a little bit,
Sure.
but we didn't emphasize on it as much.
And
I think about making a green bean casserole. Canned green beans versus frozen green beans versus fresh green beans.
Yeah,
all completely different worlds.
definitely.
But they have their own place too. And, it depends on what you're accustomed to, what you've grown up with, textures and all kinds of things,
Yeah.
If you're used to canned green bean casserole and somebody makes you fresh, you're honestly probably not going to like it.
Hmm.
It's true.
I mean, it'll be good, but it is not going to be the same.
Well, and like the quality of the mushroom soup or whatever. Because
100%.
I've opened mushroom soups that were the generic store-bought brand,
Mhm.
and it was almost like, I don't remember if it was green bean or mushroom, but I think it might have been clam chowder, but it was almost gelatinous,
Yeah.
and like, I'm just like,
that's not no.
yeah, so if you went with a Progresso or Campbell's is still that kind of bottom.
I'd say
bottom
it's
tier.
mid tier.
I don't think it's mid.
low. It's low to the mid.
Well, you got to realize it's bottom tier as far as things go now, but once upon a time, I mean, like that was what you had.
Sure,
And
it
so
was
that is
top.
the staple. It's
Yeah.
a staple.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like you're kind of comparing, if you're using like tomato soup or the mushroom soup,
Mhm.
cream mushroom soup, especially for recipes, you're kind of always comparing it to that.
Yeah. And I think that's what it is for me, it's not the bottom as far as the soup world goes, but it's the lowest I would use for cooking.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I'm like,
versus like a name brand or
Yeah.
store brand.
like
Store
I would
brand,
I would
sorry.
rather do a Progresso probably, because I just feel like they're just more
They've
soup is
actually
their
put
thing.
They're more
ingredients into
progressive.
it.
Right? Sorry.
Yeah. No, but they're really trying to go for soup. They're like, oh, you're going to use this as soup. You're going to eat this.
Right. It's not just like a mix in ingredient.
Whereas like those shitty bottom of the barrel soups, I mean, I don't know what they're not thinking you're going to eat this. I don't know what they're thinking.
Most of it
you
is
know?
ingredients for other things.
Well, and something else you also have to take into consideration is, affordability.
Sure.
Like even soups, like they can still be expensive.
Well, and that's the thing, though, is like, so if you're making something like a casserole dish, you might not need the most expensive ingredients because it's all going to meld and do its own thing, and it depends on what you grew up with. I
Mhm.
mean, the Midwest is famous for this kind of stuff. Is like I'll watch people do Midwestern, nuclear family recipes, and some of that shit's fucking weird, but that's what they grew up on. And if you tweak that to make it more gourmet, it doesn't have the same impact. It doesn't have the same punch. It's
Interesting.
like we like the cheapness of this
Yeah.
because that's what the textures and the flavors and the melding of it is. Like that's
Yeah.
the memories, And so there's something to be said for comfort food
Sure.
versus gourmet food.
Mhm.
I think that's why, if you go to Cracker Barrel,
Mhm.
it's incredibly, busy. People love it there,
Hmm.
but it's all comfort food. It's not gourmet shit. It's like
home country cooking.
it's a bunch of fat and butter and carbs and fried shit and like
It's
Crisco.
the Stofers of
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
100%.
restaurants. Well, and that's kind of an interesting point because a lot of those comfort foods are single dish recipes.
Mhm.
Like a shepherd's pie or like a pot pie or
Mhm.
whatever. You throw all your shit in. You might like cook a couple things first before you put it in. But in those cases, it's just the structure is different. What you're expecting and
Well, think of
I
making
can
a
understand
tuna noodle casserole with canned tuna versus fresh tuna. It would be a
Oh, Jesus,
completely
yeah.
different experience.
yeah,
you know?
Like
that would be interesting.
Yeah, it would be interesting.
albacore versus just regular tuna.
I'm a Starkist man. I don't know.
Well, I'm just even Starkist has albacore.
Does it?
Yes, it does. Bumblebee does.
All right. Well, Dan, quit showing
All
off.
right.
Yeah. Jeez, Dan.
Yeah,
Um,
I just ruin everything.
And Roma, and so Roma wanted to have a taste, kind of a blind taste test
Okay.
challenge between different things. So we were thinking, what, ketchup, mustard.
Mayo.
I don't know if I really.
I kind of
I'll
want to do
try
mayo.
Yeah, all
I'm
right, all
interested
right.
in it. Like, is there a difference?
Are
Because
you gonna mail order some Hellmann's to compare to Best?
I
You
should.
should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hope when you try to like order it from Amazon, it says cannot deliver to your region.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Screenshot that shit.
Okay, hold on. Let's see. Scotty says tuna. Huh. Kyle says sings Bumblebee tuna song.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, I think it is. Is it? You know what I'm thinking of? I'm thinking of Ace Ventura. Bumblebee tuna? Bumblebee
Yeah,
tuna.
yeah, yeah.
Your balls are showing. Bumblebee tuna.
And then Todd says, "What are y'all drinking on? I'm enjoying an Irish American whiskey called Keeper's Heart. We're kind of boring tonight. We're drinking what were we
Makers.
drinking? Oh,
Makers.
Makers. That's right.
Mhm.
Going with the classic.
Going
Thank
with
you,
the classic.
Kyle.
Yep.
I think that's
And
that's-
hello to Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Kyle. So
Long time listener, first time appearance.
I was thinking also, along a similar line, that we should test our palates to see
Okay.
how good we are at identifying flavors.
That could be good.
You know, and so I don't know exactly how we'll set it up. Maybe we'll get some of the other fans of the shows to like help put together some stuff. Maybe.
Oh,
Mhm.
yes, please, gentlemen, by all means, everybody who's in the chat right now, make sure that you give us some ideas for the taste test challenge,
Mhm.
by all means.
Well, and I mean literally setting it up because we can't do. You know, how would we set up our own taste test challenge? You know, like we're gonna have to do it somehow. I don't know how.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
We can get ingredients
Mhm.
and prep before the show.
Well, so his whole point is that somebody's got to prep it. So how are we going to know what it is? And
Yeah.
assuming that they aren't super obvious as to the differences in it. Like, so I was saying for our,
Todd, Nick, I feel like you guys are two people who would be on top of this.
well, so what I was saying to him is like, as far as like the mustard, ketchup, mayo, whatever it is we decide to do, you know, you put it into the same type of containers.
Mhm.
You put a B, C, D on them, and then underneath you put what it actually is, and then
Mhm.
we hand them out. And even if I did that myself, you know, maybe I put them in there, put the labels on them, then you guys come through and put the A, B, C, D on it. Like,
Okay.
we keep them in order, so I don't know exactly what ended up happening, but
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
It can be done for sure.
Totally. And, you know, yeah, if one of us kind of knows, that's fine. I just want to test my palate because I feel like I have a good one. I just haven't. I mean, when would you test that other than on like television?
I don't
basically?
know.
Well, one thing that we've definitely tested is hot sauce.
Oh,
We've
yeah.
definitely tested hot sauce quite a bit.
Yeah.
Well, we love our spicy.
yeah.
It's I have to admit that being on the show,
You appreciate it more?
I appreciate
Dan,
it a
I have
whole
a
lot
gift
more.
for you.
You
Dan.
you brought it?
Oh my God.
Oh, you brought it!
How did I
Yay!
forget? Hold on, I'll be back.
Sweet,
Yeah.
sweet. Because in turn, I have stuff for you.
Well, and Dan, and you didn't like hot stuff at all before?
No, I didn't
Okay.
care for it. Like it was mostly Chipotle.
Okay.
Was like the spice that I cared for.
Okay.
But
Not the restaurant, but actual Chipotle.
yeah, no.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't care for Chipotle, the restaurant.
Okay, I
personally.
don't think I brought it in, so I'm gonna grab it after the show. I was like, what the hell did I do with it? I think it's my car.
Okay. But yeah, no, definitely I know that Buffalo is more of the bottom of the barrel kind of spice for most things. Like
Buffalo?
yeah, like buffalo spice, like
Hot sauce?
hot sauce, things like that when we're talking about that. But
Like wing sauce.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
but and you know, like even habanero, it used to seem like, oh my god, habanero, fucking
Mhm.
scary, like what the fuck. Where jalapenos, where it was like, okay, it's got some spice and whatnot, but of course, then you know, Lil Sleepy,
Mhm.
he showed us no, there are some really fucking spicy jalapenos out there.
Yeah.
And just all of the different kinds of like spice challenges. By all means, gentlemen, go back and watch episodes of the show, and you'll see. But you know, we've had like I've brought different spices onto the show. You've
Mhm.
brought different spices onto the show. Roma's brought different spices on the show. Little Sleepy's brought different spices on the show.
Mhm.
And I'm not as apprehensive when it comes to spice these days as I was before I actually started going on the show. And you guys were like, watch this. This is gonna be hilarious. Dan, try this.
So let's see. Kyle says it's good to be back. Nick says he's eating a burger. He also says drinking Arizona tea and not smoking pot. He says, who can make the best cupcakes? And then
Oh.
Todd randomly says that Cocaine Bear was a terrible movie. Nick agrees with that, says absolutely. Margot says, if you need, I will help you set it up.
Oh,
Ooh,
okay.
hey, go
Uh,
Margot.
Yeah.
Kyle says, you guys planning on doing a Hot Ones hot sauce challenge? Kyle,
We already
we've done
did.
that like 10
Mhm.
times. Where have you been? Scott
Sun Valley.
Scotty says, talk about being censored. Everything I'm saying you guys don't see. I have proof. Usually we have Kat on watching the messages, so she'll let that stuff through, but
Yeah.
she's not here tonight. Todd says, if hot sauce is brought in, I need to partake. I love spice more than anyone I know. And Todd also says, keep it PG, Scotty.
Oh, that might have something to do with the fact that Scotty's messages aren't being seen.
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, and yeah, I mean, we've done a bunch of different spicy things on our show. It's kind of a
Well,
Well, so we
every
did
couple months.
We did Little Nitros, the spicy bears.
you
Oh, yeah.
guys
We
did,
did-
yes.
We did the what was the chip one called?
Pocky
The
te-
Pocky chip
The
challenge.
Pocky chip
yeah.
challenge?
Yeah,
one chip challenge.
Mhm.
113.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else have we done? We've done a bunch of hot sauces. So
yeah.
Little Sleepy brought in all those hot sauces, and it went up exponentially in the Scoville's
That
Mhm.
was
categories.
That was actually the hot ones.
Some of them
that
were,
was a
and
hot
some of
ones
them
lineup,
weren't.
wasn't it?
Yeah, some of them were and some of them weren't. I think because you could get like 2-3 packs. I think it's like, I don't think we had the 1 through 3, but we had like a couple of the other packs, and I think he mixed some other ones in with it.
I'm now sad I didn't try the last dab.
The last one you didn't?
No, I didn't try the last
What?
dab.
He tapped
think-
out.
I was,
think I
I
have
We
was,
it in
should
my
I
we
was
sh-
burnt out on 5 or 6.
we should
Oh,
do
yeah.
another spicy thing though, because it's been a minute.
And we also did that dynamite that I brought in,
Yep.
which had
Mhm.
like 5 or 6 of those, and we tried all of those.
That was
Mhm.
fun. There were some good ones in there.
Yeah.
We also did the spicy bean challenge from Jelly Bean.
Oh,
I brought that in, and we like
Remember
did the
that?
little spinner,
Yeah, because some of them were jalapeno and some of them were like
habanero,
habanero.
and cayenne.
I think there
and
was a ghost one, wasn't
chipotle.
there?
Yeah, there was a ghost one in there too.
Yeah. I mean, the problem with me is once we've done the bear and the one chip challenge, I mean, once you feel like you're gonna die from
Oh
from
God,
hot,
yeah.
and I've been there at least 2, maybe 3 times now. I can't remember. 4?
It's been at least
least
2. When we
4
did all those
times.
hot
Really?
sauces, when we
Because we did sauces, you did the bear, you did the chip, and you
Well-
also did the noodles.
I'm just talking about. Oh yeah. Those were definitely hot. Those chicken double spicy.
Your lips turned as red as the wall behind
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. And I like spicy food, but it's almost one of those things you have to like train yourself up to.
the bear was by far the most dramatic.
It was shocking because
you
I
didn't
never
talk
had
for like
something
20 minutes.
Ugh, yeah, that was what I don't even remember what episode that was. It was a while
It was
ago,
a
though.
long time
I'm
ago.
gonna have to go
in the
back and look.
50s. I
It was a
feel
long
like.
time
Um,
ago.
Maybe 40s, 50s.
It might have been in the
60s?
60s. I
Yeah.
think it was in the 60s because I was listening to the episodes on Spotify again for time number 5, and it was up in. I'd already gone through the 50s, and you guys
Yeah.
were in the 60s.
Okay.
It was
so-
me, you, and Sleepy. I bit
Yes.
the head off and I immediately spit it out. I was like,
Yes.
fuck no, because it hurt. It hurt. As soon as it hit my mouth, it hurt.
Yeah,
And I was like,
yeah.
I can't do this. I'm a delicate flower and will
Yeah.
die.
And that's okay. Roma's
are-
still got to produce the show.
You
so,
are
know.
very delicate, very delicate indeed.
But yeah, it definitely shut me up for at least 5 minutes, I would say, live on the show.
Go ahead.
Scotty says, I was PG, didn't even curse. And then Todd says, prisoners will disagree. They make amazing taste using very bad ingredients. You know what's funny is I was actually thinking about today.
Mhm.
So, I had
Pruno,
well, no. So I had a relationship with somebody who was in prison for a long time. And
Charles Manson.
yes. And he was telling me about how they used to make, quote unquote, well, they were like prison burritos.
Mhm.
And so it was, if I recall, it was like cup of noodles, right? So you make cup of noodles, but you drain the liquid out of it. So it's like just a soggy noodle mess. And then I think it might have been Cheez-Its, I feel
Oh.
like. And you smash them up into a powder
Mhm.
and then you stir it in with the noodles and then you dump the noodles into a moist towel and you take the towel and you wrap it up like a burrito and you let it sit, and then it kind of congeals. And it makes this quote unquote burrito. He made it for me one time. It was actually disgustingly good. Like you're just
Good.
like, but they get really creative because you eat the
Yeah.
same things all the time and you have like no ingredients. And so
And-
it was like this prison burrito.
And I know they get like the beef sticks or whatever. And so I think they'll
Yes.
use those sorts
Yep.
of things in
And
there.
I think he told me that actually. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can cut up the beef sticks and
Mhm.
like stick it in there.
And I'm sure they make them different ways because
Yeah, whatever
sometimes
you have on hand.
You've got to figure it out.
Yeah. I'll make a honey bun,
I
you know.
literally was just thinking about that on the way over here. That's so weird.
You know what's funny is though, that also sounds like it could double as a jerk sleeve
Honestly, probably
or
good.
or a fifi as they call it.
Is what they call it.
I think. If you don't have a rubber glove, just fuck your burrito.
Let's see. Nick says, "Let me make you guys like super gourmet infused treats, and you can decide which ones I give my boss." Todd says, that stems from peasant dishes. Poor people had bad ingredients. They made amazing dishes.
Yeah.
Oh, and we talked about that.
Yeah.
We
Mhm.
talked about the fact that, affordability is a factor. Having to make something decent out of virtually fucking nothing.
Yeah.
Mhm. Well,
When I-
but that is unprocessed food versus processed food. So I
True.
think those are two very separate things.
Well, you know,
This is also true.
one of my favorite like kid story fable things was the one about the stone soup.
Mhm.
Do you remember that?
yeah. mhm.
And so, this guy comes to a village and he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna make this soup. Everybody bring your scraps, and I'm gonna make stone soup, and like it'll
Yeah.
stretch it." And
Oh,
then
this could use carrots. or-
yes,
yeah.
yes,
Mhm.
exactly. This could use carrots, and like,
Goddamn
oh, does anybody have
Yeah.
cabbage or whatever? And then he puts a stone in it, and he makes this amazing soup because
Mhm.
everybody puts in a little
Mhm.
bit, and like that just always kind of got to me.
Yeah.
Kyle says, "Got to jump off. We'll return next week."
Thanks
All
for
right,
coming,
Kyle.
Kyle.
Night.
Yeah. That's no, that is I've thought about that often.
That stone soups.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, I
think
love that
I think
story.
of a lot of those old things. Like, do you remember the one with the 7 Chinese brothers? And the one guy it was able to suck the water of the ocean up into his head.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. There another one that we had a illustrated book of was it Gillian's Travels?
Oh, Gulliver's.
Gulliver's
Travels?
Travels. And they like tie him up and all the tiny people are like tying him up.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
touching,
was
Lilliput.
touching his pecker.
I thought
Yeah.
that was so I was like, I feel like it feels naughty, but like I'm enjoying this story. I don't know what that means.
Roma's totally into, BDSM.
BDSM?
Yeah,
That's the
Re-
first time I knew I liked being
Yeah.
tied up.
yeah she's
That was before 50 Shades.
that's what I was gonna say. Yeah,
Way
yeah. As
before.
as a kid, she's reading 50 Shades of Grey. That's funny.
It's like I'm very uncomfortable right now, and yet continue.
Yeah, well, and I think what we talked about last time was the fact that like the French Revolution was caused by the king being an asshole and like taking everybody's shit. So he would take all the great cuts of meat and all the things. So you're just left with some leeks and an old cow that no one wants.
Right.
So then, you make cream and butter and make, creamy leek soup, and it's fine dining.
Yeah.
Well, that's also where a lot of comfort food came from back in the day, even here in America, because
It's Campbell's soup and canned green beans and probably a lot of it's wartime foods.
Yeah.
and also, going back to the slave owners would actually they do the same thing as the king. They'd keep all of the prime cuts and stuff,
Mhm.
and they'd be left with like the guts and the
Tripe and
yeah, like all
liver
that.
and-
And so the slaves had to figure out, well, how can we make this edible, because this is all we fucking got.
Mhm.
if you're
And-
hungry enough, everything's edible.
Are you saying that's why all black people like hot sauce, Dan? Because that's racist.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Margot says always love this love stone soup as well. I think she means the story. And Nick says stoned soup. Oh, good idea.
Nice. All right, Nick.
All right.
Yeah.
He's eating a burger and not smoking pot.
Yeah. Drinking Arizona tea.
So mhm.
When I used to work on the golf course back in the old days, I worked on this really fancy golf course called Galloway National Golf, and it was in Galloway, New Jersey. And I used to have to ride the bus at like 5 a.m. every morning to get there when I was like 14. But the coolest thing in the whole world, especially for a kid from Jersey and that just went to Wawa. That was my, you know,
Yeah, yeah,
place.
your big shopping
Do
excursion.
you
Yeah.
even know what a Wawa is,
Yeah.
girl?
So they had these stations that they just had Pepsi products and Arizona iced teas in.
Oh,
And so I would just drive up there and steal Arizona iced tea every single day.
nice.
Yeah, it was so nice because they had like 4 of them, I think, throughout the course because they were like intersectional points of different holes.
Do you
And
know
so-
that Arizona iced tea refuses to raise its prices?
Well,
Kind of like the Costco hot dog when they tried.
Mhm.
It didn't fucking work.
but didn't Costco cut the sauerkraut now?
I don't think sauerkraut's
I don't
been
know.
available for a long time.
Last time I got it, I don't recall sauerkraut being an option, but I could be wrong.
They did. I think they had jalapenos and pickles.
Oh, hold on. What's up? Nick says, I miss Wawa. God, I love Wawa.
Wait a minute,
What?
Nick.
Yeah.
Who are you?
Yeah.
No,
I feel like he's a fucking.
Yeah.
Nick, come on now.
Are you part of
Okay.
the Illuminati?
Yes.
Because you're about to get a big foot up your ass.
Boom.
Thank you. Thank
And
you.
by the
Call
way, just to say, Scotty, no, we would definitely include you if we actually saw you more in the chat.
Yeah, Scotty, you piece of shit.
Well, there
Wait,
you
is
go.
it Scotty or is it Scott G?
It's Scotty G.
Margot says, no sauerkraut at Costco with their hot dogs.
See?
Todd said, it would be my pleasure. I'm not sure what he's talking about.
Oh, I think he was talking about making him and or Nick were talking about making something for us to try.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nick says he lived in Florida for almost a year and they have Wawas.
Really?
Oh,
I
shit.
had no idea. So
thought
I
that
lived
was
on
just
the
a Pennsylvania, Jersey
New Jersey thing. Yeah. I mean,
It's a Jersey thing.
we grew up in Jersey.
Mhm.
We've been to Florida. I don't ever recall seeing them. I wonder
Yeah.
what year this was.
There definitely wasn't when we were there. for
I mean,
sure.
I had never seen one.
Yeah. Because I mean, I've been pretty much all over. I've been to DC, and there's not a Wawa there.
Mhm.
There's a
Well, it
shitty
might
7-Eleven.
it might be new now.
I mean, this was just a few years ago. I mean,
Really?
I guess I didn't seek one out, so perhaps there wasn't one in my area of
Okay.
of roaming, but I can smell a Wawa from afar.
And also something else is there's definitely, I would like to just say this real quick. There's definitely a big difference between a frozen breaded chicken versus a homemade breaded chicken.
Sure.
Like the quality is way different. Like even if you made it and then froze it after you finished, so that because they pre-cook fucking everything.
Yeah.
When they freeze it, but I it's just awesome.
Yeah.
Making food is fucking awesome, people.
Absolutely.
God damn it, it's
Well,
awesome.
and
Don't
I
be
think-
afraid to make food.
I think that's what you need to do is like look at those things that you do like. Like if you like a spicy chicken sandwich, yeah, there's some great like frozen versions of that if that's what if you want that kind of
I
low
make
level.
a better spicy chicken sandwich than frozen.
But that's exactly what you want. You want to figure out
I even talked about that last week.
do you spice the breading? Of course, yes.
And
Do
the
you
batter.
spice the sauce? Of course, yes. Like these are the things that you want to think about, and then you can make those dishes for yourself very easily.
Oh, it's like one of the favorite things is KFC has this famous bowl where it's mashed potatoes, popcorn chicken, corn, cheese, and gravy.
Yeah.
And it's stupid
Like
to go out.
mash bowls or something.
Yes, it's stupid to go out and buy those all the damn time.
Mhm.
So I, a few years ago, decided to start making my own at home, where I would mash my own potatoes.
Mhm.
I'd make the gravy. I'd cook up the corn, grate the cheese, and I would bread and fry up my own chicken.
Mhm.
And it's fucking delicious. Time consuming.
Yeah.
I was like, that's a lot of
absolutely
work.
Delicious.
Mhm. And I think, but I think there are those quicker versions that you can do, like because like let's say you're making the home version of a spicy chicken sandwich, super
Okay.
simple.
Yeah.
Basically the only extra steps you're adding by making your own chicken breast is like maybe flattening out the chicken breast, breading it, and then you fry it in the pan and finish it in the oven or whatever. That's the most that you're adding. So because you're already cutting up tomatoes and lettuce and putting mayo on the sandwich and doing all that if you're making it at home.
Oh, you know what? I just realized would be a fantastic thing is some fucking aioli. Aioli on a fucking crispy chicken spicy sandwich.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
God damn it.
Nick says they're all over the East Coast. I lived in Florida for about 5 years ago. Oh, about 5 years ago in Clearwater. They have them in North Carolina as well. Todd says, I chased hot sauce to the point of pepper spraying my own mouth.
I literally have done that. I literally have done that. Yes.
I feel like we need to do that on the show.
On more than one occasion. Yeah.
I feel like we need to do that on the show.
I'd be willing to.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
Nick
Or we
says,
could pepper spray our food and then eat the food.
That would
Just
be-
saying.
Yeah.
Nick says gravy baby for the bowls, I think.
Mm-hmm. Well,
So-
yeah. Well, and what I was going to say about the Wawa thing is, you know, it's probably whoever bought franchises. So, you
Yeah.
know, you got people from Philadelphia or Jersey moving down to Florida because that's where you retire when you live up
Oh,
there. Yeah. So they probably just went down there and went, let's open some goddamn Wawas.
All right.
And if you have enough people from the East Coast there, they'll be looking for those Wawas.
Oh, yes. I
Yeah.
imagine so, yeah.
Yeah.
So I have a couple stories
Yeah,
I'd like to
Oh,
go to.
please,
That's okay.
by all means.
Mhm.
Okay. Let's see here. So I'm going to try my new intro. We'll see if
What?
this works.
You have an intro.
I know.
I hope
Buckle
it's
up,
spooky.
everybody. Roll. Can everybody out there hear it?
All right,
Oh,
we're
hi,
back.
everyone.
Hello. Let's see. So, okay. And
Oh,
Okay.
it's one of our favorites.
watch Bigfoot filmed in New Hampshire forest? Question mark. Let me read a little bit of the article here. A woman walking her dog in a wooded area in New Hampshire captured footage of a large bipedal figure.
Bisexual.
Figure, we don't know which way they swing. Figure passing through the forest, and some suspect the curious interloper may have been Bigfoot. The intriguing video was recently shared with the Rocky Mountain Sasquatch Organization by a friend of the witness, who explained that the encounter occurred near the town of Bartlett. According to the individual, as the woman and her dog made their way through the woods, the large Mastiff mix suddenly began to, quote, act very out of character, as if he was almost afraid and refused to go any further. Eerily, the witness is said to have then noticed a putrid smell that she likened to a dead and decaying body, and subsequently caught a glimpse of something, which caused to start filming her. What? That doesn't make sense. Which caused her to start filming with her cell phone. That sentence was not proper. In the woman's video, a bipedal figure rather swiftly walks across the woods just a few feet ahead of her, as she seemingly crouches down behind a branch of a tree so as to not be noticed. Although the footage is disappointingly short, it does provide a fairly good look at the
All right.
what is that? Anomalous.
Anomalous.
That's the word. Anomalous being, which appears to be humanoid in nature rather than a bear or some other forest. Was it
Denizen.
Okay, denizen briefly walking on two legs. All right, let's check this out.
Mm-hmm.
Rocky Mountain Sasquatch. We were sent a purported Bigfoot video from the woods near Bartlett, New Hampshire. I'll play the video and read the email while I enlarge the
Yeah, you
video
could
to
turn that off.
200%,
Or-
then 300%, and give my opinion on.
Okay, so what we can see is basically just how long would you say that is? 4 seconds maybe of the creature?
It's brief.
Yeah.
Hold on, I think it's,
That makes it rough.
all right. Enlarged 200%.
Okay.
I mean, clearly
that's
something's
Jim.
yeah, clearly something there. It does not
Yeah.
look human. It doesn't look like a bear. It could be a guy in a costume, I suppose. Okay, so 200% at half speed.
Yeah, it's definitely Jim.
Yeah.
Isn't that poison ivy?
It kind of looks like it, huh?
I was gonna say.
I don't know. Ask Kyle. Remember that one time he told us something was poison ivy and it totally wasn't?
Yeah.
There's something weird with the arm. With
Weird in like a human way or
The,
non-human
I don't
way?
know. See the way it's
It
like
looks discolored
Yeah.
towards the lower portion of the arm.
It's almost like they're walking with a laptop.
It could be a dude. It could be a dude in camo. He was just
Yeah.
hunting.
And I think that they did at one point was like maybe it was somebody in like a ghillie
Oh, yeah.
suit.
No,
Yeah.
that's definitely a laptop.
I think that guy is secret jerking.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's got his OnlyFans going.
I've been out in the woods jerking off with suntan lotion every now and then.
Yep, and we've
Um,
got the antler up top to
yep.
prove it.
Yep, I found an antler.
It's totally featured on the show twice.
Yeah, so that's what this guy is. He's totally jerked off. I think that is a human. I don't think that the gate on it is broad enough.
It doesn't look tall enough.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
just-
yeah,
I feel like it looks like it's wearing a smock of some kind.
a smock.
It does. It honestly looks like it's got a smock.
Like it's
If
more.
you go
It's
back
more
to
one of
the-
those camo covers.
Okay,
Maybe,
Nick
yeah.
says, "Sweet Jesus, that was loud, but I liked it." 3 leaves, leave me be. Also, it looks waxy.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Todd.
Yeah, sorry it was loud. We couldn't hear it, so I didn't have it
I could
adjusted
hear it.
properly. No, with the intro,
Oh,
I think.
gotcha.
Hopefully
Um,
next time it's not that loud. I apologize.
Yeah, so it looks like there's something kind of hanging between the legs, like and it just looks like it has an unnatural cutoff. So it could be like a ghillie suit or something.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
once it goes to that 300%, you really see it.
So we think it's
see?
not.
Yeah, we think it's a bunch of hoaxy.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
then,
but you can wait till the last one comes through.
all
I
right.
just wanted to.
The 300%.
Do you see how it's like? It almost looks like at the knee. There's a.
Well, I mean, he could have long hair. If there was
Maybe.
long hair that was hanging, I mean, I'm not sold on it, but it's
I'm-
definitely interesting.
I mean,
if the person wasn't lying, 100%, I say it's a Bigfoot. If the person is lying, then obviously it's a hoax.
They're
Yeah.
moving way too fast.
Well, I think it's a sped up version.
Yeah. So
like no, even when it was just regular, I still think it was moving way too fast.
I mean, I don't know
Mhm.
how fast Bigfoots move.
well, with a big gate, you'd
Maybe.
move pretty quickly.
maybe it wasn't. Maybe there isn't that smock looking thing. Because I'm thinking, well, if that's Bigfoot hair, he's gonna shit all over his hair, and that's just stupid. But I guess she did smell a dead body. So who
Nick
knows?
says
Well.
absolutely he's beating his schmeat. Schmeat. All right, then. Well, then
Yeah.
I got something else for you. So,
Oh, please.
Now, one thing we didn't consider: New Hampshire, French Canadian Bigfoot.
Oh.
Yeah.
Or
Well,
French Canadian
yeah.
women.
Zut alors. Yeah.
I have missed
Yeah.
one. All right.
Yeah. So
Good share, Roma.
yeah, I know. I think that one cool. I like it.
I don't think he'd stand up against the Illuminati.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's it. Maybe we're just used to a Bigfoot with so much charisma. That,
Mhm.
And teeth.
Yeah, it's true.
Good
He didn't
Lord.
even have lips.
No.
Teeth were so dry.
All right. So you think that that's probably a guy in a suit?
I mean,
I'm more convinced that it's a guy in a suit than an actual Sasquatch.
I mean, that's fair.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, it is also moving uphill, and it looks like he's moving at a good clip. But I guess if you're wearing a ghillie suit, you're probably going to be fairly woodsman-y, so you're probably able to climb hills pretty well. I would
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
I would feel like a fraud if I couldn't climb a goddamn hill
You
and I'm
would
wearing
be
a
a
ghillie
fraud.
suit.
Like
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
know?
All right. Well, how
True.
about this one then? Man apparently attempting Bigfoot hoax killed on Montana highway.
Oh.
All
So
right.
this
yes,
is from
please.
this is from 2012, and it's Reuters. So Missoula, Montana, a man wearing a bushy military-style camouflage suit in an apparent attempt to impersonate the mythical creature Bigfoot has died after being struck by a Montana highway by 2 cars, police said Tuesday.
Wow.
Randy Lee Tenley, 44, was dressed in a, quote, ghillie, an outfit favored by military snipers and game hunters, and standing in the middle of a southbound lanes on U.S. Highway 93 near
Kalispell?
Kalispell
It's
on-
Kalispell.
Sunday when he was struck twice in quick succession. Montana Highway Patrol spokesman Sergeant Steve Lavin said,
Oh,
from-
please tell me there's a video.
I don't think there is.
Damn
From
it.
what I understand, at least one of his friends said that he was trying to induce a Sasquatch sighting by using the suit along the highway.
Hmm.
This is a first for me after 20 years on the highway patrol. It's strange. Tenley was first hit by a car driven by a 15-year-old girl. 15-year-olds are allowed to drive in Montana with their learner's permit. A second car driven by a 17-year-old girl struck
Wow.
him moments later when he was already down on the road.
Okay, so these girls are
he
25 and 15.
He fucking
Are they single?
deserved that shit.
Are they single? Because they are right up my alley if they're traumatized by this shit.
Wait,
I'm just
you said
saying.
25 and 15? Is that what you said?
You said this is from 2012, so
Yeah.
now that 15 and the 17-year-old are 10 years older, so I'm going to date them
25
because
and
they're mentally
27.
damaged.
Oh yeah, you know,
Yeah.
it's
Well, we'll see.
actually 26 and 28.
Could you imagine how fucked up those girls must have been from that?
Pretty
You're
fucked up.
bread and
Well,
butter,
first of all,
bro.
you think
I
you
guess I'm
hit
picking you up.
Yeah, you don't want them to drive to pick
first.
you up.
First, you hit Bigfoot, and then you find out it's a human.
Exactly. Yes.
From let's see. Let's see. Oh, Tinley was first hit by a car driven by a 15-year-old girl. Oh, no, we saw that. Okay. Friends of Tinley told Montana Highway Patrol Trooper Jim Schneider that the man had attempted a similar hoax before, but never along the highway.
Mm.
Bigfoot or Sasquatch is the name given to an ape-like creature whose existence
All
has
right.
never been proven. Still, some people believe the creature in the forest. Okay,
Yeah,
whatever.
we know that. That's interesting. So
Yeah, manager Dennis Peterson, who did not recall selling one to Teely, said that the shaggy $100 suits are often bought by boys who use them in paintball games. I don't usually sell them to well-grown adults. well-grown.
All right. That's interesting. I don't
would've-
know if there's other people that are killed impersonating,
I-
trying to pull it off.
I would have loved to have watched that video.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding. That would have been fantastic.
Well, and I wonder how that happened. Like, was he in the street trying to, it's like, you just kind of want to be off to the side.
You
and
don't
like,
want to be in the
Yeah,
street.
you'd rather just be like waving
yeah,
off
yeah.
the highway,
Uh,
throw people off. not
Margot
hide.
says, I agree with Steven about the knee. It looks like a long coat. Todd says, play stupid game, win stupid prizes.
Yeah.
Nick says, whoa, double tap.
That's good.
Well done,
Yeah.
gentlemen.
Yikes.
And I mean, the funniest thing about that for me, like, yeah, that's funny that the guy died, but the funny part is the 15-year-old and the 17-year-old.
And the 17-year-old on top
They
of
were
it.
so traumatized. I can't even imagine. I don't think either of them drive. That's why I said I'll pick you up, because I don't think either of them got past the driving portion.
No. You're just gonna have to pick him up from Kalispell.
Yeah, if you killed a man with your car,
Yeah, no, you're fucking
Yeah,
done. You
yeah.
are done.
If I killed a man with my toothbrush, guess what? I'm probably not going to brush my teeth very often.
No, probably
Or
not.
you at least be watched.
Well, hopefully. I mean, well, then I'd kill that person, Roma. I'm the John Wick of toothbrushes. I don't know if you know that. No, that's good.
Oh.
Anything else, Roma?
I've got a couple other things. We're getting close to the end here.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you want to just try one more? And we'll...
All right, let's do one more.
All right.
Let's see. All right. Let's see. I haven't watched this one, so
Okay.
Ooh, good.
so odd orb filled over volcano in Indonesia.
Oh,
Sure.
fuck yeah.
The webcam watching over a volcano.
Share the screen.
Got it.
Sorry.
Hold on. No, you're good. Thank you.
Mhm.
Webcam watching over volcano in Indonesia caught sight of a particular ball of light passing over the site. Though its origins would seem to be terrestrial in nature, according to local media report, the curious illumination was filmed early Tuesday morning in the city of Jakarta.
Jakarta?
I don't
Mhm.
know. By a camera set up to observe the active Mount Mirapi volcano. Merapi. Yeah, I like that. In the video, which had gone viral online, a sizable ball of light can be seen streaking across the sky before seemingly disappearing from view. We don't have the capability to observe celestial bodies like this phenomenon.
Like
I
there
don't-
in Jakarta, they have a webcam pointed out the window. That's their scientific.
Well, we were originally going to
Yeah.
spy on our neighbor,
It's-
but
We were going to get some seismic activities, but, we're just going to go with the webcam,
It says so we can't be sure what the objects are seen. We can't be sure what objects are seen in the video. I don't know. And as one might imagine, the lack of explanation for the anomaly set off considerable speculation online, which may suggest that the glowing orb could be extraterrestrial. However, an official in Indonesia's Space Research Center later told reporters that the agency has determined that the object was a Falcon Set 3 satellite burning up upon re-entering the Earth's atmosphere. Oddly enough, the explanation has actually been challenged by some skeptics who have located an airplane that was flying in that specific location at the time of the incident in question. Let's watch it.
Bring it.
It's just interesting that everybody's got, some kind of a.
An opinion.
Well, yeah, they're like, oh no, it's a satellite, it's a airplane.
I mean, it's bright.
Yeah. Well, and it looks like it's leaving some kind of trail. I don't know if it's just highlighting the
It's got
clouds.
a wake for sure.
Yeah.
Does it?
And that could just be the compression of the video, maybe.
It reminds
It
me
could
of
be.
your sound drop, Roma.
A little bit.
A little bit, not a lot,
Not as loud.
but a little bit. Oh, I didn't mean the
Yeah.
sound drop for this segment. I meant the sound drop that Steve made for you.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. I don't get that from that. It's very bright. I wonder what it is.
It's a piano.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if you could see it on any of the, on the mountain, if you could see that as a source of light, like
Yeah.
if it was, or how far back it is, or,
Well, he was definitely trying to watch something in the dark.
I wonder, is this? Yeah, I mean, it looks like actual time. It's pretty slow.
Oh, that
I
was
feel
in real
like,
time?
yeah,
Yeah.
because if you look, there's seconds up in the corner.
Oh, yeah.
And so I
Interesting.
feel like that's too slow to be like something burning up in the atmosphere.
I mean, unless it was
seems-
way out there,
Maybe. I
'Cause-
feel,
Yeah, but even
dude, it would be so much faster than that. I mean,
even meteors still, as they burn up in the atmosphere, they go faster than that.
What I was gonna say, shooting stars are like, whoosh,
yeah,
they-
exactly.
yeah.
So,
Yeah,
so
you're right.
it could be a plane, but it is very, very bright.
I don't think it's a plane. I think it's way too bright to be a plane.
Well, and are those all stars? Like, see how it's got like the kind of the pixelation to it? Are those?
I think it's just pixelation.
Yeah.
You
I think
maybe
it's a
like
shitty camera
I
because they're
think-
not on a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
it is very bright and it looks to have it's illuminating the sky around
Mm-hmm.
it.
And it doesn't look like it's falling necessarily.
No.
It's
No.
kind of just cruising. Yeah. So I don't think it's.
It's interesting.
And I wonder, like as you can see on the mountain there's all those points of light. That's to me that indicates like there's not a lot of light in this area.
Right.
Yeah.
So like when you look at the image, it's got like 5 or 6 like light sources,
Hmm.
which is weird because if you're all the way up on a volcano, how does the electricity get up there?
Well, you definitely want to make sure, Steve, that you have plenty of electricity when you find yourself over to the Sensible Sociopath Podcast.com,
Mm-hmm.
where you can get all of your The Sensible Sociopath Podcast wares, whereas like the Sensible Sociopath Podcast Charlie Cat mug, you can find your Sen socks, you can find all different kinds of colors of crew neck and V-neck, male, female, alpha, gamma, beta, zeta t-shirts. It's still a little chilly out there here and there, so you can find your hoodies as well.
Mhm.
We have various different colors of all different kinds of things.
Can make a jerk sleeve out of almost all of these.
Yeah.
Yeah, completely.
Mhm.
And where else can you find us, Steve?
Well, you can check us out on Instagram at the Sensible Sociopath Podcast. You can also find me on Twitter at Stephen Paul Cast. That's Stephen with a PH, as you can see right around there. I'm bad at that.
You got it down.
You can find us on all major podcasting platforms. Please download us and favorite, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Share us with your friends because that's how we make some monies. And
Like, comment, please, for the love of fuck.
absolutely. Subscribe to us here. Turn on the notifications so that you know when we're going live because we're always a barrel of monkey fun. And as we were told by the Cryptids of the Corn podcast, we have the greatest intros and outros in podcasting, which is very true.
Fuck yeah.
It's true.
Yeah,
It's a true story.
Absolutely true.
Roma, you got anything else?
I think that's all I've got.
Yeah, welcome back, Roma. It's been great having you.
Wonderful.
The technical issues that we were having all last week just seem to remedy themselves, so that's good.
Yeah, because I was here.
That's it. Yep.
And we're happy to have everybody who showed up in the chat today.
Yes.
Thank you, all of you guys who showed up and were a part of the show. We appreciate you. We love you.
Yeah.
Like, subscribe, share, everybody.
And we'll see you next Friday live.
Have a good night, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Best podcast in the world.
The world would not be the same.
I like it.
No wonder my anxiety's so high.
Few people laughed. Few people cried.
Oh, what's in the box?
Most people were silent.
And that was it.
Now I am become death,
Sounds like a bad time.
the destroyer of worlds.
Yeah, so this doesn't seem like a great idea to me.
I suppose we all thought that, one way or another.
You didn't tell me any of that. That's crazy.
Well, Rama, when you're a hero, you don't tell everyone until you're on your podcast.
I'm about to hear some shit.
We all need to laugh.
I think just sitting down and, listening to...
The Sensible Sociopath. This is the shit you're supposed to be watching.
Gen X is gonna love it. Millennials are gonna be like, I'm offended.
Also, my dog has a giant dick.
Oh my god, that's enormous.
I love it.
It's still a racist dog whistle.
Where you kind of have like a rotating cast of characters.
We're talking baby seals, eagles, wolves.
I'm just glad we're not going to have to eat with racism anymore.
It's worse than the butthole.
We're technically considered propaganda.
It is very contagious.
I think we really need to talk about environmentalism.
Like, are they studying pine cones?
Make yourself a nice stingray omelet. That's how Steve Irwin died. Cholesterol.
It's fucking delicious.
His father had ended up killing his mother and committing suicide.
In that order?
That's diabolical. I like it.
They had an apple gun where you could shoot Bigfoot.
Has she always been retarded?
I mean, she could have had a head injury.
You don't know anything about tartar sauce.
He had picked up a 400-pound statue and was like walking around with it.
Was the statue racist?
I like to think so.
It's like how they invented bacon and avocado to make a turkey sandwich tolerable.
I have a fear of fire.
Like a werewolf? Daniel, you've been our greatest viewer. Well, Daniel and Sarah and Katrina. Daniel!